Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the battle for Zelo Heights. This is going to suck, but I have light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to be playing the April 27th start. It's essentially over unless I can fix it. We will play as Germany. Now, before we do anything else, I want to give credit to Atlas Spider, the insane genius, who has come up with a strategy that actually gives us a chance, at least until the mod maker decides to patch that all out as well. So before he has any chance to, I'm going to hop right in and give it a try. We'll keep it on regular, historical AI focus, doesn't really matter. I am going to turn Iron Man mode off, simply because I don't constantly want to restart my recordings every time something goes horribly wrong. I would like to actually get this thing produced in a reasonable time frame. Actually, no. You know what? Fine. I'll turn Iron Man mode off just because I am built different. I can do this. I really hope that I'm gonna regret this. Okay, so let's get going.
Wouldn't it make more sense to send the robots in first and...
Sir, I volunteer for a suicide mission. Cut it out!
You're a brave robot, son. But when I'm in command, every mission's a suicide mission.
Yes, the battle for Berlin, so it ends, or does it? So we all know and love this situation. We got Italy in a bind, Germany is cut into a bunch of different pieces, troops trapped up there. All things considered, everything is shit. First off, the original strategy of trying to hold the line between Hamburg and Kiel, or just hold Kiel and that river here, no longer works. It's not feasible. The war between the Soviet Union and the Allies no longer happens. In fact, it is made physically impossible for the Soviets to declare war on the Allies. The man who made this mod has added a requirement to the Soviets' ability to click the declare war button. All the war goals in the world, but they don't meet the requirements to declare that war. The Allies, meanwhile, don't get any war goals that naturally bring them into conflict with the Soviets. And then the old trigger here, which is Mao and Chang, has also been invalidated because of the update to the area in the last big patch. Long story short, we cannot count on the two giants killing each other while we scramble out from beneath their shadow. No, we must kill the giants ourselves in a stand-up fight. Now, I am not one for a stand-up fight. No, I want to win. We have, let's say, interesting ways of achieving that. What am I going to do? You might be wondering. I'm going to create a few more paratrooper divisions, and by paratrooper divisions, I mean absolute dreck. Pure garbage throwaway infantry who will give their lives gloriously for the Reich. It's just a 4-width paratrooper. And we are going to drop one on this port next to London. We're going to drop one on Paris itself. And we're going to drop one on Warsaw. You might be wondering, what the hell are you doing? Well, there are two things to consider here. First off, and probably the most important one, Allied bombing raids. This effectively turns your industry off. The military situation can be salvaged through memes, through good play, and through just being better than a computer at this game. But this cripples your industry. However, note that it will be removed when you control Berlin, Paris, and Warsaw. And very importantly, it doesn't say you need to control the whole state. And it doesn't reapply, meaning if we can hold Berlin while at the same time dropping a unit on Paris and a unit on Warsaw, and it will remove the Allied bombing raids, meaning if that works out for us, at least we have the opportunity to get an industry going. Why am I dropping units to die in Greater London area? Why do I want that port? Well, this scenario is man-made. It is handcrafted to maximize your suffering. Unfortunately for the mod maker, who really wants Germany to lose, he forgot to put troops in the UK. Churchill sent everyone to the front. There's not a single division left on those islands. We ferry whatever we can pull out of Norway into that port, and we overrun the UK before they can get defenses home. Cheesy? Yes. Do I care? No. Alright, so I'll do the military setup off screen. I'm going to husband all my remaining fighter strength, all my remaining bomber strength somewhere closer to home. As for the Navy, it really doesn't matter. The Navy is quite shit. We also have a bunch of subs. Submarines are currently quite literally broken. It's impossible for submarines to hide because Paradox messed up the coding on this patch. I can't fix that. However, I could just use the Navy with ground pounder, giggity. And I'm going to sail it out there to this tile. We're going to try to take the port of Palanga and Klaipeda to get these divisions out. And then, let's see, we're going to request all of Italy's forces, all 13 Garbo divisions, and we're going to put them on that border. I need the Berlin garrisons to bust out. They will be attempting the Great Breakthrough. We need to win these 3 combats to link up the Berlin pocket with the Greater German Czech Bavarian area. I'll temporarily use von Bock. He's got fairly good attack stats. So Field Marshal Fedor von Bock, I'm going to give him offensive doctrine. That unlocks the Officer Corps Army Offense Specialist. Very helpful. And I did see this man, Georg Otto Hermann Balk. I think is Balk. I'm going to give him Panzer Expert. I'm going to go here and replace Keitzel with von Bock. We are going to get the Reichsminister for Labor. And we're going to get the Church Affairs guy as well. That's a lot of political power we're spending. We are going to do the domestic film industry, as well as improving worker conditions. Yes, it reduces factory output. We ain't outputting shit anyway, so I'd rather get the stability. In terms of research, I'm going to focus on field hospitals. Obviously, we're going to need those. Armor trains, and then other stuff as we find it. As for production, artillery is fine. I'm going to leave most of this as is. Honestly, but we're going to massively increase the amount of anti-air we're producing. Before we unpause, of course, we're going to queue up a bajillion divisions. Focuses don't matter. I do like that cryptology stuff, and the army intelligence is impactful, so we're going to grab that. Special forces, we're going to quickly dip into paratroopers, just in case something goes wrong with our paradrops. At least the paratroopers that land will be slightly better for it. Land doctrines, not my favorites, but it has a bunch of stuff invested into it, though I don't think we're using any of the stuff it's buffing, so I'm switching this out to field engineering day 1, and then the remaining army experience is going to be used boosting political loyalty so that we have more stability. State serves the military, so we have more stability. And lastly, a bit of a toss-up between these two, but I think we'll go with maneuver warfare. I'm switching student out for Otto here, so our armor specialist. All these ships are going to get scrapped. Might as well just like leave them on a single dockyard and then funnel everything else into convoys. And with that, I think we can unpause. I'll be honest, even on speed 1, a little afraid. Glorious air combat will be initiated over Germany. Just throw everything up here in Eastern Germany. It will just have to do. We're gonna get attacked quite literally everywhere. We're gonna slowly give ground where we have to. Just slow and steady retreat. I'm just waiting for the airplanes to replenish. We're gonna begin the pullback. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Consolidate positions. These guys, I don't think I can get out, so I'm just going to elite them now, get the manpower and equipment back. Oh, there's going to be a whole lot of stuff happening all at once, and it's going to be difficult to handle, but it must be handled. All right, in theory, we should be able to break this open. We should be able to break that open. We've got a little bit of air coming in to help. Get a little bit more air up to help. So much micro at the slowest speed. This is going to be my experience for the foreseeable future. The road to Riga is open, so we are going to go for it. I'm going to use half of them to attack into Klaipeda to essentially force these divisions out. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can do. These units are never going to stop being attacked, so realistically, they're not going to be able to get out either. Even with the shore bombardment bonus giving me a little bit of help. Okay, the air wings have reinforced. Now let's keep the game paused for a minute. The hope is to use paratroopers, not just to hit Warsaw. We need Warsaw. But to also use them the moment the tile here in Klaipeda opens up, to simply dump a unit of paratroopers onto it so that paratrooper can take the tile when it's empty, then have these guys retreat into the empty tile, funnel them out through the port back home to Kiel. Now, unfortunately now, paradrops take 7 days to plan. It used to be instant, but it is what it is. We just have to suffer it. All right, 7 days. Okay, we can last 7 days. Oh my God, that's a lot of red. All right, first minor success here. We've broken through this side. Now to break through on that side. So we're pinning these tanks, we're pinning that infantry so they can't reinforce these two combats. And if we can get these boys out, ooh, I would like to get this Clausewitz Panzer Division out. It is quite experienced. If I can have it drive on down, that would be amazing. Alright, we've won this combat as well. Now pivot everything to just holding the door. That connects the entire south bit to Berlin. And we can start deleting whenever we want to, really. Anyway, just gotta hold until we can launch these paradrops, which honestly takes way too long, and I wish there was a button that could speed it up. Right, up here, I actually want the Americans to come in, so I'm gonna slowly start retreating and giving ground. The reason for that is quite simple. The Americans will liberate Regno del Sud as an actual state, while the Comintern will occupy the area. And Regno del Sud is super weak. The American AI is not very incentivized to defend it. It will only send token forces, if anything at all. Over here, we're also going to have to give ground, but give ground slowly. Because we don't want the Soviets to get too much territory. I want Americans in this area. Once again, because the Americans are much less aggressive than the Soviets. And with that, we've got basically everyone in the Berlin sector salvaged. Any air that we do have up right now is going to get halted, holding all air wings. And I'm going to start deleting all of this. Anything that I don't think I can easily or relatively easily funnel south, I'm going to delete. I can't save all these troops, but what I can do is salvage the equipment and manpower I get for them. And here we're going to let the Americans in. So I want them occupying as much of this land as possible and not the Soviets. Set up defense here, offense into Italy, defense here. Hold Berlin for the next 5 days, hold this for the next 5 days, hold that for the next 5 days. Making it to Riga, I think. I really hope I can land on Klaipeda. I need that to get these guys out. It's pretty important. So far, so good, though. I need 200,000 guns. 250,000 guns. Oh, boy. Well, that certainly is interesting. So, Figeline's out. He's out. Why am I being punished for withdrawal from the core pocket? We're not withdrawing from the core pocket. I'm actively making it bigger. You moron. Shoot yourself already. Just get it over with. Get out of my hair. Yeah, just strategically redeploy all these guys. And we're also going to pull the Soviet side of things closer to here so we can have a slightly tighter hold. This is the way it has been shown to me by Hatless Spider the Great. I believe in it. I have nothing but respect for him after seeing him work. But first we must work ourselves. On the bright side, we are having a vaguely successful time picking away at the Italians. The retreat to this line has gone well. We're getting most of the divisions that we wanted to get out. And it is allowing us to retain enough strength to put up a bit of a fight when the time does come. And we need to hold Kiel until we are ready to do that big clapback. Numbers aren't really looking that hot. 200,000 casualties, and I've inflicted like 60,000 so far. Holy shit, it happened! Alright, we're in London. Sorry about that. I had an active order, and I had completely forgotten to actively use it. Congratulations, we're in London and we are gaming. These troops are going to be sent over there along with everything else. 12 divisions are heading to the UK. We're actively paradropping Klaipeda, and we're going to launch the other 2 drops now. Okay, they dropped. We have Warsaw. These guys, okay, they've dropped. We have Paris. Okay, so we have Paris, we have Warsaw, and we have Berlin. Will we get rid of Allied bombing raids? I'll let a couple of hours take by. Over here, we need to take Klaipeda. I need to reinforce beam them out of this tile. Over there, considering the naval invasion, or rather the attack has been launched, I'm going to start pulling the valuable items out, meaning the armor, and start pulling them into Kiel. I'm going to take a couple more of these divisions, and I'm going to send them over as well. It is gone. We have gotten rid of that modifier. Brilliant. Brilliant. That means I can delete this guy. I can delete this guy. Recover the manpower. What little manpower there is to recover. And I could delete the Berlin garrison. These guys have fought tooth and nail gloriously, but their jobs are done. I can recover the manpower here and the equipment. I will lose Berlin. I'll continue to lose more land there. But that equipment is going straight into this massive production queue. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, or fortunate, depending on how you look at it. There goes Berlin. There goes the bunker. That cuts my surrender limit. And the fall of London. Timing! Attempt to, at least in good order, fall back to Riga and extract our forces from this area. We are leaving. Same with these troops. They've been through the ringer, but we're getting them out. The UK is bringing troops back, so as soon as these guys land, we need to start expanding. We're extracting these guys from the pocket. These should be able to get out. These are getting out. It's just a little on the slow side. The Navy no longer needs to be on shore bombardment there. I'm gonna set it to patrol there. It is very, very likely to get itself killed. It's Soviets launching this attack. I don't want Soviets launching this attack. I want Americans launching these attacks. Alright, the pockets have both escaped, I think. Mostly intact. Several of them did get beaten to a pulp. As for Italy, I've decided to commit a little bit of the reserve of armored units I had on that side here. 20 divisions should be fine. I'll free up like 4 armor units. I'm gonna try and get encirclements in Italy. Oh, happy days. The Americans are coming in. Good. Let them flood in. Let them capture all of this, I think. I have the strength to overrun them here. Most of their units are quite terrible Italian divisions. If I can keep them pinned along the flanks, I can literally, almost literally, just drive around them. The French are attacking, but it's just this tile that's a little bit in a pickle, and I can always shuffle fresh troops in, so this should be fine. Yeah, when in doubt, just go around the enemy. As for the UK, they've basically been overrun. It's just a matter of driving to the victory points now. Oh, that's my navy gonna get clapped. Withdraw! Withdraw! Preserve the navy while we can! And the UK has capitulated, give me a whole bunch of guns. Unfortunately, there goes my navy. Hopefully, I still have enough of it to go for the next stage of our operations. What stage would that be, I hear you ask? Well, this is where the fun begins. We are planning a reverse D-Day. We are going to hit this area hard, and about as hard as we can manage. We're going to set up as many naval invasions here as we can muster, mostly using the troops we pulled out of that pocket. And we're going to launch as many naval invasions of France as we can muster. Now, unfortunately, these plannings take like 40 days, so for the next 40 days, we have to hold this. We have to hold and possibly fight our way through this. Annoyingly, the Italians have resorted to last stands. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And we just need to slowly retreat these guys into Trieste and then out to safety. Well, if nothing else, we are at least giving the Italians a run for their money. They're pulling troops out. They're trying to run away, I would guess. This whole string of territories has flipped to Regno del Sud, so the Americans took it. I can now extract my forces from this remaining pocket. Over here, we have been pushed back to Kiel, but it's still a very narrow frontage. As long as I can cycle units around, we should be fine. Just need to last long enough to launch that naval invasion and actually kick down the front door. And there will be a great deal of kicking. And maybe you can tell, but I have renamed every single one of these new infantry divisions after one of our beloved channel members. These are the people who allow me to do what I do. They are the blood, sweat, and tears that make these victories or defeats happen. Thank you all for your support, and I will have you know that I will do my best to see you all shine today. It's becoming quite clear to me that this is certainly not working out. I need to get these troops out, so I will be trying, once the last stand runs out, we'll retreat in good order to the ports, send them over to the UK and just go that way. Are you capable of paradropping yet? Yes. There we go. That takes out this port. I'll move the airplanes over there, and then we'll drop the Isle of Man just to get the UK's navy out of this general area. I want them to go away. Well, it's going to be a close one, but the last stand should ensure I at least hold on to Festung Holland long enough. After we finish this, we're pulling them all out to the UK. Navy's out there patrolling. Lord knows there's not much left of it, but with the UK's fleet displaced, I have taken all of this. I'm going to take all of that as well. With the UK's fleets displaced, they shouldn't be operating in the area, and I should be able to get the control up high enough to launch mine invasions. And boy, howdy, are the French going to notice I'm invading. Right before we do, we're going to dump out all these divisions here. Might as well just do it now, honestly. 94 divisions. Do I have more queued up? No, 94 is the limit. We're gonna get these guys across there. And hopefully by their powers combined, we can sweep the French up to at least the Maginot. Sweep in from the south as well. And then slowly push the Allies back to like a thin ribbon of land separating us from the Soviets relatively quickly. I am tempted, because we're going to run into some mountains and I want things to go smoothly, to take out the Mountaineers Doctrine. I think I'm going to do that. The rough terrain specialists holding the line is about as much as I can afford to put into it. And then I'll take my Mountaineer Division and make it as bigly as possible. It's a costly affair, but I think these will do well. All right, we are leaving. That, I believe, is Festung Holland complete, unless the mission... Oh, the mission might need 24 hours to take over. Well, if it ends up not working, I'll be big sad. You know what? Fortunately, through the power of time travel, we can make sure that never happens. Well, I did manage to get 4 of our boys out of the Netherlands back to the UK, and I do believe the naval invasions are ready. This is the big one, boys. This is... I'll be honest, I'm afraid. Start some low-level assaults on the French, as you do, and we're now launching the big one. The big one is... This is it. This is game winning or game losing, so you go, and you go. I think these 4 can be added to any army making money moves right now. I'll throw them in somewhere. Dear God, I hope this works out. Oh, I really hope this works out. Oh, Niederlande is gone. This is a distraction, and it's going to serve quite well as a distraction. At least I hope it will. You aggressive push. I will not win many of these battles, but I have to fight them anyway. Over here, we're not doing anything. Mountaineers, push those Italians if you can. And now to the beaches, gentlemen. To the beaches! It would appear we are making landfall virtually unopposed. Hooray, hurrah, huzzah, get these divisions in there and attacking in that general direction. The goal is to kill the French and to kill them real good. It does appear we are breaking through quite readily. That's good. What's funny is I just noticed I'm not even able to get Walter Funk because it says you cannot have Hjalmar Schacht as an advisor. Do I have Hjalmar Schacht as an advisor? No. So much of this mod needs another look. Right, advancing in the south, advancing in the north, but I need to advance faster. There's nothing I like more than seeing the French on their knees. Come on, keep going. Beg everyone for every scrap of oil I can get. Every step forward, closer to a breakthrough. 80% towards capitulation. Fuck, they suddenly have troops in Lyon. Well, let's just have to approach from the other side. How close are we? 95%. Come on, dude. Oh, they're rugged. They're toughing it out. You into Metz now. And then start taking some of the vaunted Maginot line. I need it. Vichy is open. And then if we can seize Metz, we're in it to win it. Is that it? Is that the French capped? 99%. But it is a part of the Maginot. So I'll take that and keep going. Oh! God, yes! Now I need to breathe. Okay, so the line here, horrible. Absolutely dog shit. Judging on the positioning of all these troops, the majority, the largest force is gonna rush to that part of the border and keep pushing for a while. Yeah, you guys are now all on mopping up. Get these guys trapped in their little pockets. Do not allow them to consolidate. Oof, that was a good injection of fuel as well as guns. Our deficit is just terrible. It's absolutely terrible, but it could have been worse. Ooh, I think I can integrate support AA now as well. I have enough. Good God. It's just the US now, I think. Yeah, it's just the United States as the only faction member left to capitulate. August 45, there goes Japan. Sorry about that. Nice new flag, but sorry about that. Oh well, it is what it is. We have also begun operations here. As long as I leave again, like a thin strip of Allied controlled territory, I can advance from here. We're gonna move back up in through the Alpine passes of Tyrol and then push up. Battle of Heilbronn just reactivated. Yeah, I'm gonna win that. That will allow me to fix the Shattered Wehrmacht a little bit, as well as the Master's Loyalty. Oh, cool. So some of the missions do pop up again if the area becomes relevant again. Curious. I'll damn well take it. Naval invasion after naval invasion after naval invasion will be thrown at us. I have a reserve army that I can... Well, no, here. A reserve army that I'll throw at it to try and deal with the problem. I'll also make sure Italy's troops are dedicated to guarding ports, because that's all they're qualified to do. Oh, Reconquest is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So the American position has been reduced to just a buffer state between myself and the Soviet Union. Now, eventually the Soviet Union will accept and hand out military access with allies and just anyone else at war with us. Plus, they'll share air bases. It is a short reprieve in which we must... I was gonna say do something about our manpower, but I think I can go down from scraping the barrel. Quite, yes. So we'll need to use this time where we have an industry where it's all functional, working as intended, to quickly pivot into turning this army into something that has actual staying power. That means taking a look at our tanks. Now, I don't think I want to make advanced tanks. Just use the Panzer IVs. Not the best thing I could design. Actually, I don't need that much speed if I'm going to run with a heavy. Let's leave it at 9 kilometers an hour. So this is going to be incredibly cheap, cost-effective, I'd say. And it's going to be the bulk of our armored might. If, in fact, there is armored might. I've also allowed them to hold on to La Spezia. The hope is that we do some port cheese. Is it cheesy? Yes. Do I care? Not particularly, no. And at this point, I can still request all Wehrmacht troops to stand down. We ain't standing down shit, boys. I'm also gonna need to build synthetic refineries. We're gonna need them. In terms of factories, though, back up to 106. That is not terrible. I've got reserves coming in, so 48 queued up. I think 12 of those might be ready soon-ish. And I have to mop up this last little beachhead. It's surprisingly stubborn. I'm going to run these mechanized as my quick reaction force. The templates aren't perfect. So I know that I don't want to border the Soviets, but this is an opportunity I think too good to pass up. I'm going to pin them here and here, with the 2 tiles bordering Kiel. I'm going to punch, using my mechanized, punch through this weakened block of Americans and try to rush Lübeck. Let's see how that maneuver plays out. Looks like it's playing out fairly well. They're responding to it. They're pinning us, but they cannot possibly pin us everywhere. So it should work out as intended. I can quickly flip the air on, even if just for a minute, to give us the edge we need in making that happen. I would like you boys to proceed to pin up there. Could you just... No? Not happening? No? Okay. It doesn't matter. We're through with the temporary air power. We got them. That makes 3 tanks. 5 tanks. 5 pieces of the Soviet war machine trapped, ready to be destroyed. So, while yes, it's not ideal that it increased the border we have with the Soviets, it did allow us to deal a not insignificant blow. I mean, even... for the Soviets, 5 armor divisions is not instantly replaced. It is the AI. It is still quite stupid. So I'll take that as a win. And with that done, I'll move the mechanized back to being that reserve force for naval landings. And down here, I've got a bit of an opportunity. I've taken all my armor and turned them into the template I'm going to be running for now. Is this great? No. No, not at all. It's just a 30 width armor, just medium tank division. I want to eventually bump this up, so I bring it up to this, which is a lot punchier. And the heavy tank destroyer will be loaded up to the gills with both armor and hard attack / piercing. And it would be decent, I think. But the bright side is the Allies landed in Genoa. Now, do I particularly care about Genoa? No. But what that does do is allow me the opportunity to continuously port cheese them in the port of, well, Genoa. And I can keep killing them there. Oh no, these guys have been active the whole time. Yeah, there goes my remaining CAS. I'm gonna go down a service bar requirement. I have a lot of manpower in the bank still, and I can slowly let it demobilize. Demobilization is slow, while the economic effect is like instant, and I could sure use the economic effect. I think we've hit critical mass. As you can tell, there are now Soviets. A lot of Soviets in American/Allied territory. They've got military access. This is the tipping point, or rather the point where it's no longer easy breezy lemon cheesy. We're gonna get pummeled. We're going to get absolutely schmeckeldorfed in the coming weeks. We're gonna bring the armor up. We're gonna try to go through them as best we can. Whatever we try, it's gonna be shit. Like, we're going to have a bad day, no matter what. But the goal will be to make it a worse day for the Soviets. So, enemy strat bombing is obnoxious, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't stop them strat bombing me because they have so many airplanes, and there's just nothing you as the player can ever do about getting out of that hole. That said, I've never let a giant pain in the ass stop me, so I'm gonna keep trying. That's another 13 Soviet divisions. Ginormous pain in the ass. Now they're massing up north here because they've seen what I'm doing to them. I have to win the land war, and I have to win the land war quickly. I'm running out of equipment at an alarming, truly alarming rate. And the factories are just getting absolutely destroyed. I'm not losing, let's say, but at what cost? Would like to punch right on through the Stettin. Unfortunately, they got stuff in the way now. Maybe I can threaten Berlin from the north if I can get far enough in there. They're gonna respond, though. Oh yeah, suddenly there's 7 divisions on the tile. Oh, I fucking hate the Soviet Union. I hate them with a burning passion and stuff. Oh, every mod has to have their armies made out of fucking Stalinium in glorious tribute to mighty Yosef. They just don't have any limitations to them. It's so annoying. I hate it. The amount of troops these bastards are deploying just to hold me off is borderline insane. But I have managed to punch through their mostly infantry by going through these 2 plains tiles and then being really quick before they get a division into Berlin. That is a lot of factories. Unfortunately, that just moved my capital. So after a whole lot of finagling by continuously justifying a war goal on China, wasting all that PP, I managed to get political power, world tension up to 60%. I can now ask for Lend-Lease, and it worked. You know, I could ask Spain for stuff. You know what they're sending me? Spain is sending me 48.75 support equipment, because that's all they have. And then I checked, why? And then it dawned on me, they have 5 military factories. 5! So that doesn't work. So I've gone on the offensive, trying to see if maybe I can hurt them a little. It seems to be working. Now I'm occupying land I don't want to occupy. I'm going to turn this back over to Italy. You deal with it. Italy has shot out a bunch of divisions that I'm using to guard the coastline. You know, this isn't helping, and I've been trying to wear down their bombing campaign, but they've been fighting. They've been shooting down a lot of my fighters, so they've pivoted into fighter production. On the bright side, making 608 guns a day has helped reduce the deficit. I've been fighting exclusively on the defensive. It has somewhat helped to mitigate. None of this has gone particularly well though, but we're doing okay. It's just that I don't know how much longer I can wear this. The Soviets, they've lost 6.7 million men. I've lost 1.5 million. I've got a couple more to go. I've united the German states by taking Vienna. I'll take it. So the good news is that we have at least made it to Stettin. That gives me control of Hinterpommern. I'm not able to get Berlin back. They're really hamming it up here. Pretty much a meat wall. I've stopped all offensives here as well. I don't really want to push further. I'm sitting pretty on relatively. It's all relatively defensive ground. I really want to concentrate on getting Berlin back. In a perfect world, though, I could hit them around Dresden and work my way up. Then again, just how perfect is that world? We'll never know. But I do want to give it a try. To do that, I'm going to take a bit of a risk. I'm going to take the mechanized. They are presently not engaged in holding off naval invasions. They've done a really good job at, like, every time something lands, I can swarm it with, like, 13 mechanized divisions. Gonna hope that nothing happens now. Again, this seems like it seems to have been a good call. I've had very few naval invasions ever since just allowing Regnodal Suit to exist in Sicily, and the Allies just are much less inclined to invade. Anyway, so if we can just meet down there, that would be swell. Tanks. Get it? Tanks? That sounds like an incoming raid. Oh, my engineering facility. You can have that. I got the Soviet cipher. Basically, the only other relevant one is going to be the US cipher, because they're the only two people with armies. Anyone else, mostly irrelevant. If we can push through here, we can have the river line. Can we? Can we have the river line? Maybe? Maybe. Come on. Ah! Pinned in the final moment, but I pin there. Yes! Oh, the Soviets are trapped in Berlin. Okay, that's actually huge. Immediate assault on that position, and I can dig in along this river, and if I can have the tanks drive down to, like, Breslau, maybe. Again, this is super thinly held. Don't know why, but I'm going to exploit it. I'm going to push up, like, here. Where is the Soviet military? Because it's not here. It's not yet. Okay, they've taken 6.8 million. Where are their divisions? Where's this? What? I haven't destroyed the Soviet army. I've had a couple of good pockets, sure. But I have most assuredly not destroyed the Soviet armies. Alright, second little pocket here. We're also going to clean that up quickly. That should account for a significant number of... Well, significant. A number of Soviet troops. It's better than nothing. Okay, we've engaged the fleet that's slightly larger than I would like to fight, so let's bail before we lose everything. Alright, I'm still smelling blood in the water. I'm gonna exploit that. Mechanized cut up towards Danzig and Gdynia. Keep condensing the Berlin pocket. This is a good portion of their army. God, that is the only thing keeping me sane, keeping me alive. And what a time to be alive, gentlemen. What a time to be alive. We'll be able to retake Berlin. We'll have factories. Imagine that. We will have actual factories making actual things. Things and potentially even stuff. It's gone really well. That's like 40 divisions we'll be killing in Berlin as well. Oh, damn. 342,000. Alright, that was significant. It cost me 50,000 men, though. That was significant. That is a lot of factories back under our control. Oh, yes. Honestly, I think the Soviets must have run out of steam somehow. I don't understand why or how this happened. I guess it's just the endless grinding defensive warfare that must have finally gotten to them. Oh, yes, they're weak. They are weak, and I'm going to kill them for it. A nuclear research facility in Hinterpommern. I mean, if you're gonna give it to me, who built that? I didn't build that. Oh my god. I shouldn't be doing this when it's this late. I'm actually checking on my second monitor what the last thing was you guys saw, or what I saw. So yeah, I guess we missed it entirely. These guys got pushed. So I had 4 Mountaineers on there. Due to how combat works, there were 2 shitty Italian units from my garrison on there. And they got pushed. And my Mountaineers got memed out of the tile. They ended up over there before I even noticed what was going on. Couldn't pull them out. They got encircled as the Allies pushed up here. I rushed my mech in, and they held the line between Foggia and Naples. As you can tell, at very great expense did they hold that line. Well, I rushed the armor south, who then first pushed down here to Brindisi, basically taking the heel, took this plain tile, and were then able to take both of these mountain tiles, effectively trapping the Americans up there. As a result, I was able to kill 304,000 of them with great luck. I'll have you know, that was luck on my part, and then set up shop down south. Again, at great expense to myself. The Soviets have pulled some troops back. I mean, they've miracled up some fresh divisions, I guess. And the lines have consolidated. So that window of opportunity has, I believe, unfortunately closed for now. I also now know why the Italian divisions are shit. This is what they're fielding. This is like 14 of these divisions is what they've crapped out. I don't know why they've only crapped out these garbage divisions. They've also crapped out some of this motorized. Why? Why are these templates even available to the Italians? When they have this, why not make more of the... It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Mussolini shit. I recognize that. I'm willing to live with it. And, oh, there goes the first counterattack. You might have noticed that I'm having a much easier time holding now as well. I had before, I hadn't realized why. This is why. I don't know when this happened. I've only just noticed it. The Wehrmacht is now no longer a negative, but an incredibly powerful positive modifier. I guess that must have happened when I retook Berlin. That is a problem. I can't do anything about that, other than go convoy raid them, I guess. Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, okay, so I'll probably have just lost Norway. I really need to kill the Soviets, or at least link up with my southern flank. 2 million casualties. God, I need another encirclement campaign against the Soviets, but I'm so bogged down, and the attacks, they just don't stop. Sure, I've managed to disrupt the landings a bit, but in typical AI fashion, they land and then immediately abandon the port, allowing me to walk in and take the port. Now, if I can hold the port and micro them to death, this could be funny. So that should solve itself. This is honestly just... Oh, God. Yeah, this is probably fine. I've got enough mech beat up as it is. It's fine to throw these naval invasions back. I just want to deal with the Soviets. Every time I think, aha, I have them now. You just pull another miracle out of their ass. Another 100 divisions for the Eastern Front. Well, this whole thing has sort of devolved into a new version of World War I. I'm fighting tooth and nail for this river. This is like the hot spot. For some reason, I have really bad supply iron. Every now and then I lose one of these tiles, have to push it back. Alright, I think I've got an idea for a play I want to make. Punch the mechanized along with the infantry on this border up through here towards Klagenfurt, Graz, Marburg, and armor thrust with infantry support down from Vienna through mighty Eisenstadt and Burgenland down through these plains and try to link up. Basically slice off this slice of the front, take out those allied divisions and whatever Soviets I can trap. It risks extending the overall front line. I'm gonna just make it happen. Ground crews up, air support up fully over the Alpine region. All my airplanes combined. I have been able to produce some, so I have 500 CAS, 800 tacticals from the start of the game. Almost 2,000 fighters, most of them actually good designs. Yeah, ever since we swept through here and managed to retake Berlin, or most of the country, I have a functional economy. It's just an endless grind against these incredibly overpowered Soviets that we have to weather. Air is up, and we're just gonna make the play now. Green skies, CAS support. There we go. The Americans are just falling apart. Like, these guys had no supply. Good. I'm gonna have to reconfigure the line, though. But so far, so good. Every now and then I need to peek around. Oh, God. Yeah, I've lost some more islands. The Shetland are gone. They're gonna plan something there. I tried to engage them with my fleet. I got absolutely clapped, but the Lutzow survived. I need more destroyers. I also need heavy ships because I love heavy ships. So why not make an advanced heavy ships? It'll be done by the 50s. Anyway, back to the main event. So that encirclement stuff did work. Well, this is possibly the greatest defensive action of the game. 4 Mountaineers. I still don't know how they dislodged them the first time. 4 Mountaineers against whatever the Allies pile up in Sicily. Having them hold on to Sicily has massively reduced the amount of naval invasions I've been getting. Well, with that breakthrough happening, I figured why not push a bit and see how far I can get. Turns out quite far. I'm gonna go through Yugoslavia as best I can. Soviets are once again overstretched. A lot of their tiles are much thinner now, especially up there, now that I've repositioned. Oh, God, I could push through right now up there. Judging by the rate at which I'm going through this area, I think this might actually be it for my hated enemy. Now that the war has shifted further south, let's shift our air force further south as well. We are trading exceptionally favorably. These designs are just so much better. If you use Focke-Wulf, just look at that. Look at that. 40-2, 40-30. In any case, this is the design I'm currently running. 2 armor plates and some self-sealing fuel tanks. Oh. Yeah. Let's bring the armor back home. God damn it. Yeah, just in time, because they did manage to take the port. I'll keep them bottled up there. And they took Naples as well. I'll keep them bottled up there. As long as these guys can hold down the fort and that tide cannot pour in from Messina, we'll be okay. Plow them right into Naples, because they're pouring troops in. God, there's a lot of Americans here. Alright, this is contained. Alright, those are dead. This will be repelled. Whatever lands mechanized can deal with. Armor's getting in. The armor actually has the bite required, I think, along with the air support. Yes, to drive these guys out of their port, and they shall be bottled up and destroyed. Good. Sweet baby Jesus. I love my armor. Having the air is just critical. It has been key in making these little engagements work. Alright, with that done, let's go forth and liberate our mountaineers before they get overrun. And cleaned up the infantry, go back on garrison duty, liberate the mountaineers, and back to the order of the day. Ooh, encirclement. See if we can get Hungary back in the game. It would be nice to have a friend other than Mussolini. He's not really been all that useful. We can get to the Hungarian heartland. That would be great. And that is Budapest. Huzzah! See if we can run south and get like an encirclement going in there. That would be amazing. A little bit of pinning action. A little bit of pinning action here. Get... Oh! Yes! That's like a 30-40 divisions trapped here. Now, destroy them. Consolidate the lines. We have a Hungary back in... where's my boy Horthy? Anyway, we have a Hungary back in action, so I'll take it. I am so happy that I've conserved this force of mechanized for these counteroffensives, because every time the Americans do land and they do take a force, like a port, they funnel everything that they've stacked up in Sicily immediately into it. And the only reason I've been able to hold them off is because these guys have barely left Italy. Every time they leave Italy for a little stint like this push into Hungary, they are immediately required to rush back home and deal with this. Fortunately, with control of the skies, even vastly outnumbered, there we go. Yeah, these guys have no difficulties actually repelling the invaders. And there goes Yugoslavia. That opens up the way into whatever is in the south. I forget the country. Albania! That's the one. I'm very, very eager to finish the job. This has been a long time in the making. Good. We will have our victory in this life for the next, preferably this one. Mechanized will deal with that. And this should be repelled relatively easily. They don't have a port here, nor do they have a port there. It's fine. Might want to disengage. Oh, the humanity. Oh, we came out on top. The Lutzo survives another time. My god, that ship is lucky. Let's run the armor down into Greece and then start a push into... What is this place called? Bulgaria? Still think it's hilarious that at this point the only focus I can take is to request the Wehrmacht to stand down. We're winning! Oh! We are actually winning so hard I forgot about one of my attack orders and it just kept going. What if I turn on all the attack... Oh yes, we're winning. I'm sure it will cost me, but we are winning. 2.7 million German casualties, 14 million Soviet casualties, 3.8 million Americans, 1.5 million Frenchmen, and then an assortment of others. The UK actually has relatively low casualties since, you know, they died really quickly, really easily. Now there goes Bulgaria. No, don't push into Turkey proper. Over there, we'll just halt the offensive. I'll park a couple of guys on the front. It'll be fine. Alright, Mechanized is going to try to push from here all the way down to Odessa. And Armor is going to push up along the southern coast all the way, well, to meet the forces headed to Odessa, I guess. They're just so spread out. They cannot keep it up. They don't know what to do, where to go, where to put their troops. We're expanding the front line faster than the AI can respond. Most of their army's still here. All these troops are locked in combat. They're trying to reposition along an active front line, being slowed down incredibly. End result of that is I'm walking into virtually undefended territory up here. Alright, that is Odessa. Tiraspol. Oh, the pocket. The pocket is closed. I think I've trapped the majority of the remaining Soviet forces. No need to defend the homeland. Push in. Along with the armor. Again, no more needs to defend the homeland. Just push, 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 push. Keep extending the front lines. I will use the infantry to close this. Bloody as it might seem. Oh, this is magnificent. There goes Moscow. I'll take Vlasov. Again. Perfect. And it still rankles that the only national focus it can take is to surrender. We ain't surrendering shit, boys. We winning this thing. Holy cow. Hatless Spider, my hat's off to you, sir. Alright, mechanized arriving. Let's envelop that. And once the armor arrives, we drive them all back. Just look at it. It's just pocket after pocket. It was 14 million casualties. Now it's 15 million casualties. The Red Army is just lost at least 50 divisions here, and we haven't closed all the pockets yet. They're dead. And armor is in, and armor is gonna have to punch him right back into the ocean. And we'll drive the armor up north to take the ports, and if we have their ports, these guys are all gonna starve. Yes, that is Antwerp, that is Ghent. There's no ports in the other tiles. Now we just constrict. Turn it smaller and smaller and smaller until they can't breathe. Fine, I'll queue up like a bunch of divisions that I won't be able to deploy. If I can convoy raid them and hurt their supply enough, we can do good work here. Whenever the Americans take a port, it gets scary dangerous though. This is basically contained. Alright, so halt. That's like 30 to 40 American divisions here. Wiped out. Good. Mechanized. You're now free. Get to Genoa. And the armor, I'll rush up there. And then into Norway to clean that house. Okay, the Navy is actually engaging favorably. Good. Armor is getting raided, annoyingly. So we'll switch back to patrol in the area. And kill these guys dead now. Please. Soviets are down to 60 divisions. It just walked to the victory points now. The only danger is the American naval invasions. Leningrad, Stalingrad, Moscow, all taken. Unfortunately, no collaboration government, so we have to make the long drive past the Urals. The last gasps of the Soviet Union. 16.5 million casualties. 3.6 million casualties for Germany. This nation is at the end of its rope. But when we drive into Omsk, that will be the crowning achievement. Our final victory. You know what? Let's walk to Kostanay as well. We fought on every conceivable front against every conceivable foe at immense cost to this nation, to this people. I'm not going to pretend that we're the good guys. But I want to win. That's really all that matters to me right now, is winning. 4% left. 2% of their victory points left. Oh, crap. They're solidifying a defense around Omsk. Why? I just want this to be over. Somehow, I've lost another armor unit. I've lost 2 armor units over the course of this last couple of months. Because I'll be honest, my brain's just turned off. I'm just battle planning and trying to just get it over with. That is Omsk taken, come on. Oh, it's not enough. How much more must I give for Germany? Are we there? 99%. It's probably just some non-victory point land. Anything, anywhere. Give me my win. It's done. Oh my god, it's done. Oh, I cannot. At the end of my rope here. It is so done. I don't even care about the borders. I don't even care about the borders. Glory to Ukraine. I've handed out land to my vassals / puppets as they see fit, and all the rest is Greater Germanic Reich. That's ours, baby. No more buttons to press. Oh, a lot of buttons to press. I'll proclaim the new order. I know that the war is not won. I know that I'm still at war with the Allies, but at this point, it is merely a foregone conclusion. I can use this borrowed Soviet fleet to actually upgrade it and get it ready. Island hopping to Iceland, then to Greenland, then to Canada, then to invade one of these bigger ports here, and then it's just a grinding push into the US, but I do not want to do that. It's 1949. I've given everything I have. My brain is cooked. I'm done. Once again, thank you to Hatless Spider. He came up with that opening. It is so insane. Only a genius like him could come up with it. So go check out his channel. Go check out his video. Now I'm going to go read a book or something. I need to step away from the computer. Thanks for watching.